Why is America shaken by China's machine? The crypto war and the strategy of superpowers. Imagine a machine, one that doesn't fire bullets, doesn't build bombs, yet has started to instill fear in a country like the United States. A machine that simply connects to a computer, but its impact is being felt all the way from Wall Street to the White House. This isn't science fiction, it's today's high-tech reality, the Bitcoin mining machine. And who's making these machines? China. And now, these companies are gradually setting up their plants on American soil. This isn't just a regular business move, but part of a crypto war where tax, technology, and power are clashing head-on. Today, we'll dive deep into this topic. But before we begin, if you are new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss any of our updates. So let's start today's discussion without any delay. The world's three largest Bitcoin mining machine manufacturers, Bitmain, Canaan, and MicroBT, are all Chinese companies. Together, they produce over 90% of the world's mining machines, which are used to generate cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. Bitcoin, once considered merely a digital game, has now become an alternative asset, and the machines used to mine it have also gained the status of strategic assets. But everything changed when the US decided to impose up to 30% tariffs on China under the trade war. These tariffs were not just taxes. They were a clear signal that America had entered the battlefield of technological warfare. And China understood the signal. The result? All three companies decided to set up production plants in the US. Bitmain began production in December 2024, coinciding with Donald Trump's election victory. Canaan started trial production, and MicroBT is also planning in the same direction. This move isn't just for economic savings, it's a strategic advantage. Setting up units in the US helps these companies avoid tariffs, but it has sparked new concerns within America: national security. US companies like 𝐟𝐨𝐥𝐥𝐸, backed by giants such as Mara Holdings, are now demanding a complete ban on these Chinese machines. They argue that while nearly 30% of global Bitcoin mining takes place in the US, 90% of the machines are sourced from China. This imbalance not only puts pressure on the market, but also makes technological dependence dangerously risky. 𝐼𝐸𝐥𝐥𝐸 executive 𝐮𝐩𝐸𝐿 states that when millions of Chinese mining machines connect to the US power grid, it's not just business, it becomes a potential cybersecurity threat. However, Canaan executive Liu Wang argues that these machines are used solely for mining and do not pose any threat to networks. But in an era where the US is banning telecom giants like Huawei and blacklisting AI companies like 𝐼𝐸𝐴, how effective such arguments will be is difficult to say. Bitmain's AI unit 𝐼𝐸𝐴 has already been banned by the US. Though Bitmain has not issued any response, its silence is also being seen as a strategic move. The Trump administration believes that China is not merely engaging in trade, but is trying to challenge the US through technological dominance. In such a scenario, crypto hardware is not just a set of machines for America, it's part of a war being fought without conventional weapons.
It's important to understand why the US is taking this matter so seriously. Until 2019, China had almost monopolized the crypto industry, from mining to trading. But in 2021, the Chinese government completely banned cryptocurrency. Many miners and exchange companies then moved abroad, but the hardware manufacturers still dominate the global market. Canaan has now shifted its headquarters to Singapore and also started a production line in the US, as over 40% of its revenue comes from America. As soon as taxes increased in the US, companies were left with two options: either pay the taxes and sell expensive machines, or start local production and retain their market presence. All three companies chose the second option. But this decision has stirred turmoil within the American crypto industry. Are these companies merely here to avoid taxes, or is there something deeper hidden beneath the surface? Crypto law expert John Deaton says that if China ever tampers with the supply of mining machines, it could not only threaten the stability of the Bitcoin network but also lead to massive losses for American investors. The security of the Bitcoin network lies in its decentralized nature, but if 90% of the hardware comes from a single country, then the very principle of decentralization could be weakened. That's why the US is now considering making the crypto mining technical supply chain politically safe. Crypto technologist 𝐮𝐸𝐿 says this isn't about harming the crypto industry, but about bringing necessary change. He believes that the independence of Bitcoin and blockchain will last only as long as no single country controls its hardware and software. America's concerns are valid, but the solution lies not just in business strategy, it lies in technological sovereignty. The Trump administration has now begun to make Bitcoin a part of national strategy. Branding himself as crypto-friendly, Trump has proposed the creation of a US Bitcoin reserve, a move that signals crypto may soon become more than just a technological concept. It could become a core element of America's financial and political policy. But this would only be possible if the US moves toward technological self-reliance. By 2028, the market value of these three Chinese companies is expected to reach $1 billion. If this projection proves accurate, these companies will not only dominate the crypto industry but also pose a new geopolitical challenge through their presence in a country like the United States. While China may have officially banned crypto, its companies still remain the backbone of the industry. And now, America is struggling to bring that backbone under its own control.
If our video has taught you something new, do not forget to like and share this video so that this information can reach others as well. Your likes and shares are a source of inspiration for us. If you have any questions or suggestions, please let us know in the comments. It will be our honor to answer your questions and listen to suggestions. And yes, if you like our content, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you stay connected with every new story. Thank you. GRT Business YouTube channel sources, news from various news agencies, opinion polls and other public sources. We try to ensure that every report and summary is accurate and verified, but we are not responsible for any dispute or error. Our aim is only to provide you with accurate information.